I was going to make this video about two men, but I think each of them deserve their own category because the audacity these men have. The audacity. But I will mention the both of them just so you know who the next video is going to be about. These are men that are cheaters. Okay, no, one of them is a cheater and the other one is a homewrecker. So they're different, but both of them have so much audacity. The first one is the one we're going to be talking about in this video, the homewrecker, Dom from Mistresses. The second one is the video that is going to come, I don't know when. It's about Armando from Eva La Trailera, and that man is the definition of audacious. So let's get into it. We first meet Dom as Savanah's colleague in Mistresses. Savanah is married to Harry. They have been together for 15 years. I don't know how long they have been married. I've forgotten, but I know I heard them mention 15 years is their entire relationship. Now, we see Dom, and Dom and Savanah have a really flirty relationship, you know. And Dom isn't shy to push the buttons with Savanah, knowing that Savanah is a married woman. Before I start in on this video, we're going to talk about something. When it comes to TV, fiction, cheating does not bother me, but they have their limits. For example, in Eva La Trailera, Eva technically also still cheated on Armando in my eyes, because when she started dating Pablo, she was still technically married. I don't know if they've even been separated. Their divorce was still ongoing. I would personally classify that as cheating still. But it doesn't bother me because one, Armando can kiss my ass, and two, I love Pablo. He treats her well, he's nice, and their relationship I find absolutely adorable. This next one, I'm not going to say it doesn't bother me, but the actors are carrying this relationship on their shoulders, and that is in Forbidden Passion between Bruno and Bianca. I hate cheating so much when I don't like you. But this cheating just made me feel pity because they were so good together on camera. In my heart, I just knew, this is terrible, because there is no way they're ending up together. Unless it's they running away in the end and leaving the whole family behind, something is going to go wrong. I hate using the word chemistry, but my God, were they drowning in it. When it comes to cheating on TV, it depends on me, how I view that particular aspect of the story. I think I'm giving this example because I want you to know while you're watching this that I am extremely biased in what I can take and what I cannot. Because I've seen comments I didn't even know existed until a month ago supporting Dom. And I, as someone who has supported cheaters on TV before, could not comprehend their support of Dom. So as a hypocrite that I'm now presenting myself to be, I'm here to trash this man because what in the world is this support? The reason it is not easy for me to support Dom is because despite Harry's anger issues, pushing away issues, Harry wasn't a bad person. When it comes to Armando, Armando was trash. I actually enjoyed Harry's character. Despite the fact that he was angry and had a lot of anger issues, Harry made an impression on me as a character in a TV show that I'm watching. Dom, as a colleague of Savanah, knows that she's married. And as far as we as the audience see, I don't think Dom has ever caught Savanah saying anything bad about her marriage. We are not shown, I don't know. But before the initial act of cheating, I don't know that Dom has heard anything bad about Harry. At the point of the cheating, Harry and Savanah were having issues. They were trying to get pregnant, but it seems that Harry was at fault and Harry was taking it the wrong way, where he was pushing his anger on Savanah, that it was his fault that they couldn't have a kid, and his anger was pushing her into desperation. Am I trying to make excuses? No, but I'm not going to paint Harry as an angel either, because he was angry a lot and always taking out the anger in the worst of ways, pushing Savanah aside when he shouldn't be. Does that mean he should get cheated on? I don't support that either. But that is what happens. Dom knows Savanah is married. Savanah asked Dom for a favor, I believe, and he says he would do it if she shows him what she is wearing underneath her outfit, because earlier in a meeting, Dom gets a glimpse that Savanah may be wearing a very sexy number under her outfit, her office wear. And so when she asks him for a favor, he says, yeah, I'll definitely do that for you if you show me what the outfit is. And let me remind you that at this point, Dom doesn't have any reason to think Savanah's marriage isn't happy. 1. 2, that is your colleague at work. Is that not harassment of a kind? Even if it's Unless it's something they do, which by the way Savanah took it, it kind of is not and it kind of is. I'm not sure. Or maybe he didn't think she would actually show him. Maybe he thought she would laugh it off and he would still give her the favor anyway. But whatever he thought, she did show it to him. Then she came in, which I believe is the first time he's seen Savanah in distress. Unless they said otherwise and I missed it. She was not her usual self. They had a little talk. He had a little bit of seasoning in that little bit of trauma he found a hole, stuck himself in it, and they slept together in the office. Okay, then Savanah regrets it. And this man doesn't, because he wanted her for a long time and he can't regret that he finally got her.
I don't regret what happened that night.
I'm going to read some of the comments I found later on in this video because, geez. Savanah is horrified and she doesn't care that he doesn't want to forget it. She wants to forget it and that's where she wants it to end. And in that episode where after they talk about it, Harry has come to terms with the fact that he was acting brutishly, always arguing with Savanah, and he shouldn't push his problems onto Savanah. So he takes his sister-in-law's advice and goes out of his way to find time in his day schedule to go to her office and extend the olive branch because he made a mistake. And guess who he runs into? Who just comes in to talk to Savanah because they have something? Dom. It's Dom. Dom sees them and has the decency to be like, I shouldn't be in here. I'm sorry, I didn't know he was in here with you. I'll step out and allow you to talk. And this is where I realize that I do not really think that Savanah has said anything mean or anything about Harry to give Dom the impression that she wasn't happy in her marriage because of the way he speaks to Dom. Unless she's telling Dom the bad things about Harry and Harry only the good things about Dom, that looks like their first meeting. Harry says, Dom, right?
It's Dominic, right?
Yeah.
Harry is happy to see this man. The man that is his wife's partner. Shakes his hand and everything. He knows who this man is because I'm sure that they've had a lot of talks about Dom. Dom, the hypocrite like I am, puts on a face, smiling and talking to the man whose wife he just told he didn't regret what he did because he wanted her for so long. But now Harry is there in front of him. Just shake my hand. If I backhand you, bro, the audacity in your bones. Because he doesn't stop. He keeps this energy of trying to get into Savanah's skin after he's already met Harry, and there was nothing in Harry's introduction to him to even fuel the fire. The reason I'm mentioning this is the relationship between Dom and Savanah would have never hit for me.
This is the way it was. This is it. This is us.
Then it needs not to be.
It would have been so easy, as all the other examples I've given, if I was uninterested in Harry as a character. Harry soon finds out that Savanah is pregnant. He's happy. There's a chance that they might have this child after all. And then she tells him, yes, I'm pregnant, but it's not yours. It could be Dom's. Or did she say Dom that night? Or did she just tell him that she cheated on him and she never mentioned with who? Savanah gets Harry to come to one of her office functions after she's told him about the affair. At this point, Harry knows that she cheated on him with Dom. And Dom sees Harry. The thing about the first time that Dom met Harry is that Dom spoke before he realized that Harry was in the room. So he couldn't just get a clean getaway. So he had to have that interaction. He had to stay when Harry said don't leave. He had to do the entire, hey, I know you, you know me, shake my hand. That entire ordeal, he had to do it. At this office function that Harry went to, Dom sees Harry first. Harry has not seen Dom. To know that you're trying to get his wife to come to you because you want her, but still are ready to put on a face and smile and shake her husband's hand when you could easily have walked away is just audacious. I don't know how else to put it, because Harry didn't notice that Dom was there. Harry was busy drinking. Dom sees him and Dom approaches him. I don't know how else to put that except for audacity. Because it's not like Dom is regretful and I'm trying to just build a relationship. Dom is still of the mind that he wants Savanah. Every chance he gets, he tells her he's not sorry. He wants them to still be partners. He sees her mind, whatever BS he spits that she's hanging onto like a fly on a spider's web. So you see the man whose wife you're trying to get. You don't have the decency to just, I don't know, go somewhere else. If Harry had seen him first, I'd be like, okay, he had no choice but to form face again, which obviously, coward. Why are you forming face? Why not show him your dislike for him? Oh yes, that's right, you can't dislike him because he's done nothing to you. So he approaches Harry, and Harry does what I've been waiting for Harry to do, and that is Harry decks the life out of him. And all Dom can say when Savanah confronts him is, why didn't you tell me you told him about the relationship already? Why does it matter? Why does it matter, Dom, that she told him without telling you? You are the side piece. Act like it. That's crazy. I'm sorry. That's atrocious. Well, back to the story. He's pissed at Savanah. He is angry that she didn't tell him, and he soon finds out that she lied again. Because when she found out she was pregnant, she told Dom that I'm pregnant and it's Harry's. But Savanah didn't know who the father was, by the way, but told Dom it was Harry's. Just to keep him away, I understand. But that doesn't keep him away. Savannah's relationship with Harry goes farther and farther down the drain. Because Harry, as much as he thinks he wants to because he loves her, and he wants this child because it's what they both wanted, he can't reconcile with the fact that the child might not be his. Call him whatever you want, he has that right. And guess who is there to lift Savannah's mood up because of her failing marriage? The man that crashed it. Yes, I know Savanah is to blame for this too, don't get me wrong. I have already touched on that part of her relationship. I didn't mention this though in the video I made for her, and I wish I did, so I'm sorry I have to bring this into Dom's video. Savanah, after she cheated, finally talks to Harry, which I know it's crazy. It's not like the conversation really changed anything, because Harry had his realization before Savanah came to him to talk. He got out of his anger before she came to him to talk. So no patience. I don't know how long they had been going through this, but when they started arguing, it wasn't a lot of days in the argument for it to be so easy, for her to be so heartbroken, for her to be so desperate that she went to sleep with Dom. That said, we're going back. Dom is there to show face for her, take her out to dinner, spoil her a little. And guess what he does on the first dinner she goes out with him? Yeah, he makes her laugh, treats her to a good meal, and then kisses her. I've never seen a man want a marriage to feel like Dom. Dom's message is, if they're married, it makes no difference. If they're meant to be yours, they're meant to be yours. Fight for that woman. Ignore the ring on her finger. Ignore the man. He's getting in the way of your happiness.
Then let me be very clear, okay? Savvy loves Harry. You're not gonna win.
We'll see. Life's a negotiation, and I'm a damn good lawyer.
Yeah, screw 15 years. She deserves a new start with me. That's Dom's motto. Because he desperately wants Savanah, he just ignored everything else. He kisses her at the end of that dinner, and she tells him how uncomfortable she is and she's not ready to get into that yet. I'll wait for you, baby. I'll wait to the end of time. I really wish I could call him the worst thing in my head, but it won't come out of my mouth. It won't come out of my mouth. Pighead. I think I'll just stick with that. Pighead. But change the pig for something else and you would know what I'm trying to call this man. Savannah's marriage with Harry gets even more strained, and then Dom comes in to take her out again. They go out shopping for baby stuff. He takes her out around the park, or I think it's a park. They're walking, they're having ice cream or something. And it just really settled in my head that he made it his mission that now that she and Harry are technically separated, he was going to ensure that they never got back together. Because this was the chance he's been waiting for how long, I don't even know. Harry, according to comments, this is what a comment said, Harry left the way open for Dom. He gave Dom that chance to come in and swoop Savanah off her feet. And let me address this comment. I don't know if it was a guy or a lady that commented this, but guy or lady, you that are watching, answer this for me. If your wife or significant other cheats on you, lies to you about it for months afterwards, finally tells you about it when you find out or suspect pregnancy, so you learn about the cheating, the same time you learn that the child you've been waiting for is potentially now not your own. How easy would it be for some people to forgive that kind of mistake? On a scale of 1 to 10, I guess, how much do you think Harry overreacted? How did he allow Dom to swoop in? Was he supposed to stay in the house feeding Savanah lies that, yeah, we can work this out, when he didn't even know if he could work it out himself? He was the one cheated on. How is it now his fault that the other guy who wrecked the marriage is now taking advantage of the fact that he is hurt? It wasn't Dom that got hurt. Dom has nothing to recover from. Dom is the one that is twisting the knife, and Savanah is the one happily pushing it deeper into Harry. So Savanah gets in an accident. Harry then discloses to everyone around him that they should call Dom, because Dom doesn't know, and Dom is the dad. And there comes Dom to offer Savanah even more of his love. I strongly dislike Dominic with everything in my soul. There is a comment that Joss once made when she realized how close Dom was getting again to her sister. Does he realize that you are still married? Do you?
Does he realize you're still married to Harry? Do you?
Okay, fine. Emotions ran high the first time you slept together. But Dom's entire line of thought in fighting for Savanah wasn't that Harry was a terrible husband. Wasn't that her marriage was falling apart and she was miserable. It was that he had wanted her for so long. And he got her. At the beginning of season 2, guess who Savanah chose in the end? Yes, she chose her knight in shining armor. She chose Dom over Harry, who had gone to beg. Who had gone to beg her to fight for her life, and that after she got better, they would get together. He wants her to live. He will accept her, the baby, everything. Just get better. She chose Dom. And Savanah must really share the same opinion as the commenters I'm going to show later, because she tells Harry that Harry shouldn't be angry. Yeah, you had months to take me back, she said. Months! So you don't get to act like this when I choose Dom. Because how can I trust that you will love me after I get better and not just forget everything? Yeah, you're right. You can't trust that he would love you, because at that point, trauma is speaking. Fear is speaking. But once again, you made a choice and you went with Dom. Dom is living the life. Oh, yes. He's so living the life that he forgets the fact that he was part of the cheating brigade. Because when Savanah shows fear that Dom might get with someone else, Dom is now a saint. I would never do that. Say that again.
Why is that funny?
Yeah, I would never cheat on you.
I'm with you.
You saw a woman with a ring in her finger and 15 years of relationship, and it didn't stop you from trying to get her.
If this is gonna work, you're gonna have to trust me. Can you do that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But now that you're all not even engaged, you're just dating, you're too high for cheating now. I would never. And that is the only place I give Savanah any respect, because she was like, if you are saying that, then you do not recognize how our relationship started, and that is a scary thing.
You and I, we're both capable of incredible deceit, okay? And for you to pretend like that's not true, it means you're not watching yourself.
It is the only time Savanah really looked at Dom and thought to herself, this man is delusional. You want to say you will never cheat. Oh, never you. But you saw a relationship and put yourself in it. How, Dom? How? By the way, the reason I'm saying this is because Savanah goes back to work with Dom, and there's this beautiful woman in the office, and she thinks there's a potential for the lady to want something with Dom. I don't know. But Dom has finally got the woman of his dreams. He always wanted Savanah. Yes. So he doesn't see any possibility in their relationship going wrong. A 15-year relationship went down the drain. Mine will not. Guess what, guys? It went down the drain. It went down the drain faster than her relationship with Harry. Because Dom fell in love, or whatever he called his feelings for her at the time, with the work version of Savanah. The professional he had to see. The arguments, the differences in opinions, he never got to experience that until they started living together. And guess what? It wasn't easy either. Savanah made a friendship with an entirely new man. Not new to her though, but they never had a formal introduction. Her car had an introduction with his car, because the man that she befriends later in season 2 is the man that hit her with his car and the reason she lost her child, unfortunately. He comes, they trauma bond, and Savanah for some reason never tells Dom. It is Joss that now has to start asking Savanah, have you told Dom? This entire relationship you're building in friendship, yes, maybe, but he should know. She said, it's alright. She even starts lying to Dom. Now, Savanah isn't cheating on Dom. It's literally just a friendship. But she went out to dinner with this guy and never told Dom. Then Dom comes angry. How could she do that? What is it? You don't like the taste of your own medicine?
You're a guy. You're not looking to make a new friend. You either want money or you want savvy.
Spoiler alert. The guy sort of does have some feelings for Savanah. This show was just beautiful. The new guy also has some interest in Savanah, and guess what? He doesn't care that she has a man either. Doesn't that sound familiar, Dom? It sounds almost just like you. Except with this guy, no ring, no foul. All is fair in love and war. Apparently that's both your mottos. Dom is pissed that she's doing that. Dom is, why would you lie? That's their fight. So he says they're on a break. They're on a break. She has to go figure out her issues and blah, blah, blah. Why didn't you give her that advice when she was having problems with Harry and came to you sad? She has to go figure out her issues now. But back then, you were willing to be the solution to her problem. You were willing to be the salve or whatever it's called to her wounds just for her. But now that she's in a relationship with you, you want her to take a break and go figure out her problems. Dom, you truly are the man of the hour. Audacity is your middle, last, and first name. Dom gets drunk, by the way, and cheats on Savanah. But then I guess he wouldn't classify that as cheating completely because they were on a break when it happens and he was drunk. With the woman Savanah had been worried about, the same woman he said, "Oh, I'll never do that." But then I guess he was drunk, so he really didn't have... Oh, did she drug him? No, she didn't. I don't think... Did she drug him? I'm going to watch that particular scene again and make sure that she didn't put anything in his drink so that I can fully keep my anger towards him. But if she did, I'll list it below, yes or no, and get back to you. Now that I've talked about Dom, let's read some of these comments that were supporting their relationship at the start, because I feel like it's a very interesting... I never discovered how much love people had for Dom. And you know what? I wouldn't fault it if they're like me. Hypocrites. You like Dom, but you can also have someone else in Dom's situation and not support the relationship. But someone literally said they preferred Savanah's relationship with Dom, and I just couldn't see it. So I apologize to everyone who supports this relationship. As I said before, I'm not doing this on any high ground, so just let me bash this guy that literally ruined this relationship for me. I actually liked Savanah and Harry. They were adorable. And also, I'm a sucker for height difference, and Savvy was a potato close to Harry. Even after the cheating, I had hope that it would work. Sue me. John sunk that. Savanah helped him to push the anchor off and allowed the boat to float away. And then guess who ended up regretting it at the end of season 2? The both of them. Oh my god. All the warnings they got. You literally had suspicions of love and decided to throw your entire marriage away, only for it to end up being that you didn't even last 6 months. Damn. Let's get to this comment, please. Let's look at this comment I just found right now. It says, people need to start realizing that Harry did bring some of this on himself. The only time he wanted to make love to his wife is when it involves getting pregnant. He was more into the idea of having a baby than he was her, while Dom was into her. So please stop making Harry out to be the innocent victim. If he was taking care of business, Dom would have never got into his business. I'm sorry, what? Okay, yeah, fair, sure. You want to have a kid, so the only reason you're now trying to sleep with each other is on a routine, so you get a kid. Their whole relationship has not been like this. I don't know when they decided they want to have children, but I've seen a lot of couples where because they want to have a child and it's not easy, they follow a schedule. I've seen many moves of ladies coming like, okay, I think I'm ovulating at this time, we should probably have sex now. It wasn't like it was over months. The real argument started that episode from what I could see, where they started fighting that particular episode because the doctor told them that Harry was at fault and Harry didn't take it well. People get angry, people fight. To sit there, write that as a reason for her to go and cheat on him is unfair. It's like if Harry had said Savvy was so obsessed with getting a child, she was always on him to have sex on a schedule. So when his hostess kind of flashed him, he decided that I want to be a sexual being and sleep with her for one night. That's ridiculous. To blame someone for the cheating because they wanted something, it is so unfair. It is so ridiculous. Dom wouldn't have been able to get in his business. Nah. Dom saw an opening and he took it, and he decided he was going to be tribute. This man said, I'm not saying what Savvy did wasn't wrong, but up until she slept with Dom, he was horrible to her and shouting he doesn't deserve her. I like Dom. He's nice and sexy. Come on, ladies. Am I right? Ladies, is she right? Honestly, the second part, when it comes to fictional stories, I can support. Because there are many reasons I kind of gravitate to a character only because they have charisma and they're good looking. Klaus, stand up. Klaus is a monster. But if you bring Klaus in front of me with anybody else from Vampire Diaries and the originals, I would choose Klaus because the actor carried that role. So much charisma. So yeah, with her arguing that she finds Dom attractive, maybe that's why she's supporting, I can get behind that. He was horrible to her and shouting all the time. Really? That's the reason why, yeah, he deserved that he get cheated on because he didn't deserve her. I feel like people are removing the 15 years of relationship whenever they're having this particular conversation. Their relationship wasn't always this. Are you telling me that she had nothing to hold on to in her desperation that her marriage is falling apart? Yeah, he was angry, he was fighting with her, but she knew the reason why he was doing it too. I know it doesn't make it easier to bear, but even she said that she knows how he feels about being the reason why they can't have a kid. And she knows that he's acting out. So yeah, it hit her hard, but to say he didn't deserve her because he was shouting, but the man that deserves her is a man that sees a married woman and decides that this is the perfect opportunity to lay down some game. And we have another example here, which honestly speaking, now looking at this, it looks like it may not be a lot of people supporting Dom, but one person. I didn't really notice the name at the beginning, but I feel like this is one person. But this is the last one. I will never get this hatred for Dom. He is the only dude on the show with any type of swag. What a reason to support him, right? It's swag. I'm such a hypocrite. But still, let's continue. All because he's taking Salvy's heart doesn't make him the bad guy. No, it's Harry. If Harry had taken care of business, Dom would have never gotten into business. It doesn't matter who the baby's father is. Dom got Savvy. You have to ask yourself, who treats Savvy better? Who is better for her? Compared to Harry, Dom wins by a landslide. Savvy already confessed her feelings for him. It's over for Harry and Savvy. I can't take it. I honestly, it's really hypocritical because of the things I said in the beginning about the cheating and how it doesn't really bother me. But honestly speaking, I really cannot take it. Who treats Savvy better? I don't know. The man who named his restaurant after her? I don't know. The man who cooks for her every morning? Who goes to bed with her every night? Who was excited when she told him, when he suspected? She didn't even tell him. He kissed her and was like, oh my God, babe, I think we may have gotten there. So excited to be a father. Not just a father, but with Savanah. Just because he was angry that he was at fault, just because he lashed out. Yeah, now Dom treats her better. We saw how that worked out on season 2. Dom the Great. He understands Savvy how. He understood what he wanted, that's for sure. And he saw how to get it. Of course he would spoil her. I'm pretty sure when she and Harry started dating, he would spoil her too. Even if you want to say who treats Savanah better, look at what her friend said when Savanah was reminiscing over old times. When she showed her friend a picture of she and Harry from years back when they met, and her friend was like, yeah, he didn't even see me. After she finally spoke to Harry when they had both calmed down about how their marriage had become robotic, what did Harry do? Yeah, apologized again and said, let's go back to basic. The next morning, they were all laughing about it. What do you mean who understands her better? Go pack yourself somewhere. Dom had a lot of ego. That is what I'm going to use. Because even when Joss confronted him that he was getting in between a married couple, all he could see was that he wanted Savanah. And I would never wish that kind of person on anyone. But someone that can just decide that you are the one for them and not look at your relationships or your feelings or anything of a sort is dangerous. Yes, you might be lucky and they might never cheat on you, but you will never be sure. Because he looked at you as not a single woman, not dating, not engaged. He looked at you as married and still thought, yeah, I could win that. And he did. He got all he wanted. No, Savanah. And guess what? He couldn't handle it because he didn't really know Savanah. Savanah, just like Harry had his anger issues, Savanah had control issues. Where she literally in her life, she had to be the only one. That's rude. No, that's too unfair. She just wanted things her way. She wanted Harry to make a decision between her and the baby, because even though Harry had selfishly asked her to choose between him and the baby, she wanted the child. That's for the person who said Harry put the child over her. She wanted children. It was just their sex life that had a problem, not the child. The child wasn't the problem. It was how they were going about it. So she wasn't going to choose the child against Harry. So it was in Harry's court to either be there with the child or not. But the time Harry was taking was too much for her to comprehend. So she started thinking, yeah, if Harry wants a divorce, why not go to Dom? Dom was replacement. Let me tell you, this video is going off course. That's just the video, guys. The audacity of Dominic. If you say you're supporting the relationship because you think there's more chemistry between her and Dom, fine, I like that. Stand behind that and stand behind it proud. I will. But if you say you're supporting because Dom treats her better, the man that is trying to woo her, the man that sees himself as a better option despite her telling him over and over again she wants her marriage to work, even before the separation, Dom was trying to still get in there. No. Oh Lord, this show was something else. Something else entirely. And so that's the end of the video for the first part. We'll see you on the Amanda video next. If you enjoy this one, leave a like, comment your thoughts down below. Hey, even if you want to support Dom, I guess it's a comment. Support him in the comment section. Fight for your rights, I guess. But personally, no. Dom can get somewhere. Cry me a river and then float away. And I will see you on the next video.